Hey everyone, it's your fantasy football commish Bennett with the Week 11 fantasy football recap. This is the Thanksgiving week edition. Looking forward to lots of turkey and lots of trash talk with my family. Sarah and Matt and Greg will be there, and we'll have lots of trash talking over some turkey. So it should be lots of fun. Sorry about no update last week. Just coming back from the bar mitzvah in Atlanta. Short week, just never got to it. But quickly, the big game, of course, was the CT Calvinators squeaking out a win over the Slim Aussies on Monday night. Going into the game, the Slim Aussies, I think, were down by about 5-6 points with the kicker, Sean Sweezum, and going against Emmanuel Sanders. Sweezum had a good shot at it, had 3 field goals and an extra point. The Calvinators got just enough, got 2 catches for 30 yards from Sanders, so got the 5 points he needed to overtake the Slim Aussies, 167 to 166. So 1 yard less for the Calvinators would have had a tie. So, but they probably deserved the win, having 36 points from Tony Gonzalez and also Matt Ryan with 31 points. So that was the week before. The other thing of note was you got beat by a girl who's been scoring tons of points. Got one of the lowest point totals in the league, but did get the win over the Travelers, 123-115. So that was week 10. On to week 11. Not any close games really compared to the 1-point game last week. We did have you got beat by a girl beating her husband, Matt, 146-122. That game was tied going into Monday night, but Matt was out of players, and Sarah had 2 more players. Got 9 from Matt Forte and 15 from the 49er defense, who was just unbelievable last night. So you got beat by a girl, still rolling along at 10-1. Drops the Stallions to 6-5, and now they're in 3rd place in the Mish division. The Slim Aussies getting the weekly win over the Cartel, who are just a combination of missing the draft and having bad luck. Now Vic is out already. Maurice Jones-Drew is out, and just no points to be found for the Cartel. Meanwhile, the Slim Aussies did get a really respectable 148 points. Although the big news for the Aussies, even though they're 7-4 and second in the division, lost both Willis McGahee and, more importantly, Rob Gronkowski, who had 33 points but got hurt in a 30-point game blocking on an extra point, which is just Bill Belichick karma biting you in the ass right there, which unfortunately hurts the Slim Aussies. So not sure what I'm going to do for a tight end moving forward. But it is what it is. I did get 148 points. I do have a 7-4 record, and I did beat the Cartel, who again haven't won all year. Another really close game. This actually came down to Monday night. The Calvinators got a nice win. Another close Monday night win. Was up by 10 going into Monday night with Frank Gore versus Michael Crabtree. So given the fact that it was a complete blowout and the 49ers got tons of points, it's a little surprising that Frank Gore only had 7 points. I know Delaney Walker and someone else got a touchdown that pulled away from Frank Gore, and then he probably just didn't get any touches once the score was a blowout. Meanwhile, Michael Crabtree did have a catch and a touchdown for 12 points. So the net was, the Lionesses were down by 10 going into Monday night. They picked up 5 points, but it wasn't enough to overtake the Calvinators. So the Calvinators starting to pull away in the MASH division at 8-3. The Lionesses having an up and down year. They're 5-6, still hanging in there. Big win for the Travelers. Not really for Temmie's overall record, because he's only up to 4-7, so basically out of the playoff hunt. But did hurt the Darth Taters, who were 6-4. So they fall to 6-5, which puts them in 2nd place in the MASH division, but behind the Stallions and the Aussies in the playoff hunt. So big loss, tough loss for the Darth Taters. Only 107 points, so just didn't Didn't really show up there. Let's see, take a quick look. Just did well for Tom Brady, but Dwayne Bowe, I guess, didn't get a catch. Antonio Gates, Heath Miller, 2 tight ends. That's always tough starting 2 tight ends. Only 7 points between them. So the Travelers, as always, Tammy's team always puts up a fight and always puts his best lineup in. They get the win. Darth Taters fall to 6-5. We also have the Ray Finkel's Kicking Academy getting a win, picking up a game on the Darth Taters, 161-129. Third and Oolong just not getting it done this year. Brian Hartline, up and down. One game he's got 100 yards, one game he's got no yards. So he only gets 6 points. Never even heard of Donald Jones for Buffalo. He gets 3 points. Bradshaw was on a bye. So yeah, Doreen's team just not very deep this year. Didn't really have many other options other than Donald Jones. Torrey Smith, very disappointing with only 1 catch. He had that monster game after his brother or whoever died, and had 1 other game since then, but really hasn't done much. Lots of touchdowns, but not many catches and yards overall. So real disappointing there. Third and Oolong only gets 129 points, and Ray Finkel's Kicking Academy with 161. So let's take a look at the standings, and we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We have 3 more weeks in the regular season. Right now, You Got Beat by a Girl pretty much has the division locked up at 10-1. Calvinators have a 2-game lead, so looking pretty good in top of the MASH division. And then the teams looking for the 2 playoff spots, the 2 additional playoff spots. You have the Slim Aussies with a 1-game lead over the Stallions, the Darth Taters, and Kicking Academy. But again, Slim Aussies have a real tough break, losing Willis McGahee and Rob Gronkowski. So it's going to be tough to hang in there and stay in the playoff hunt. But they do have a 1-game lead. And again, the Stallions, the Stallions, the Taters, and the Academy all at 6-5. I guess the Lionesses at 5-6 are still hanging tough. Don't know if the Travelers can quite get there. It's going to be real tough. I doubt they're going to be able to make it, even if they win the last 3 regular season games. And third and Oolong and Cartel are pretty much done. So still 3 weeks left. Lots of game on Thursday, so get your lineup in. You're probably used to that by now. Still have a couple people that haven't paid, so please pay your dues as soon as possible. And please get some smack talk and some messages on the message boards. It's pretty dry out there. Would love to hear some feedback about the blog or anything, or just some good old-fashioned smack talking. But otherwise, have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you after Week 12. Good luck, everyone. Bye-bye.